my friends on YouTube, welcome back. It's been a while, I apologize. I've been busy with my work, and then my dear old, sweet old mom had her birthday and she turned 80, so I had to do a little special for her. But anyways, the coffee is ready, and let's get into a knife. I'll just have a sip of my coffee first to clear the voice. And today's knife is the Kubey knife, not the most known brand. As far as I know, they are mainly on Amazon, but I guess maybe in the US you can get them somewhere else, I don't know. And this one is the Kubey KU162. As I mentioned, these are back in the budget range, but apparently they got so popular for some reason, maybe a famous couple on YouTube, perhaps, some bird shots, I don't know. But anyways, they have done a bit of reviewing of those knives, and in the meantime the price went up with about 10 euro. Perhaps it's around the same in dollars, I don't know, but they went more expensive, and I think because they were more popular. That's yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. But it also means that I have to review them as if I had given a little more than I actually have. Maybe they will go down in price as well, I don't know, but be warned that at the moment they are around 10 euros or perhaps around $10 more expensive than what I gave, which in this case was 29 euro, and that would be around $33, I think. Anyways, let's get into the knife. If I can make this focus. As usual, we'll start at the blade, and you can see there's a lot going on this blade. I don't really know. I guess I could call it a drop point. I can also call it a spear point. That's maybe sounds a little better. And we have some black coating, and then the raw accents here on the flat surfaces, and a switch, and a resting place for your thumb if you try to grab onto it a little in that kind of grip. The blade is D2. It is 8.7 centimeters long, and for those of you in the US or North America and the UK who are familiar or accustomed to inches, I'll put that in as a text somewhere in this video. And a little bit of jimping on top, which is very non-functional. And yeah, then we have this choil. I'm not sure to call it a sharpening choil or finger choil. At least it doesn't work very well as a finger choil. Not enough room, at least for my finger. But of course you can push back a little, but you have to take care because you have a very sharp corner just near your finger. But of course you can do like I did before, and you have a very comfortable sheet for your thumb here. Further, it has a recurve, as you can see. If you have a guided sharpening system, that may be a challenge unless you have other than flat stones. But yeah, be warned. Some say it's not a big problem, and for some it is to sharpen a knife like this or a blade like this. We have a very simple shaped handle with a bit of coarseness to it, so that it is a sort of grippy, and that actually works. And then a cutout for your fingers here, and that actually works as well. And a little bit of a cutout for the liner lock as well. Very sturdy handle. Lanyard hole, not very big, and if we turn we can just look at this and see that there's no holes for a pocket clip here, so no love for the lefties on this one. Turn it around, not a deep carry, as we can see. The clip is has a lot of room for materials, a lot of purchase on top. Not a good thing in my country. I like to hide my knife very well. You know, knife laws and so on. Not illegal, but then I avoid curious questions, and I like that. The handle material is supposed to be G10. It feels more like FRN, but if they say so. And I failed to mention that the blade is called D2, and it has been tested by the knife community, and it is in fact D2, so no problems there. For maintenance, if you want to disassemble your knife, you have to realize that this is a free spinning period, so good thing to have two of the same Torx bits, and it is Torx 8, and the smaller hardware on the back here is Torx 6, and there are 2 of them. Inside the knife it is ball bearings, and it's you feel it. It's a very smooth knife. And with that, let's just go to the action while we're at it. This was the action I got when I took it out of the box, and that is absolutely fine, and not drop shotty, but definitely not much resistance. And it is a big knife, so of course it also falls a bit on its own weight, but not bad. And a nice lock up, a very nice detent, not too soft. So decent, very decent action. In fact, very good action, I have to say. And come to think of the size, I mentioned that the blade was 8.7 millimeters and the whole knife is 20.2. The weight is 126 grams, and the thickness of the blade is around 3 millimeters, and the handle is really beefy. It is 1.4 centimeters thick, and this is quite a lot. It is a very chunky knife in your hand. It really fills your hand very nicely if you're so inclined. Some like thinner knives, and I can understand that. This definitely fills in your pocket. We can do a size comparison with something that most of you know, Spyderco Delica, which it is quite a bit smaller. And let's do a steel wheel cut jack. Actually very much same size as a steel wheel. Let's put them up a bit here. Very much same size as a steel wheel cut jack, though there's a bit of difference in perspective here. They are quite the same size, but as you can see, the Delica is very much a great deal smaller actually. I mentioned the weight was 126 grams. That is because it is milled. I don't know if you can try to show you. The liners are milled out, and that helps quite a bit since they are quite thick liners. Deployment is, as I said, very decent, and the flipper tab is not very big, and it can easily be deployed both with the light switch and if you apply the push button. So one of the more important things, how is it in hand? Well, actually very nice. It's a big knife, so the pocket clip, as it often happens with big knives, the pocket clip disappears nicely in the hand. And for the for the normal grip. No issues whatsoever. I don't feel any hot spots. It lies very well in hand. Also thanks to the rounded off corners on all sides of this knife. Really no sharp corners anywhere or hot spots. Very nice indeed. Almost perfectly centered. Yeah, it is actually very nice finish, and for a knife around what I gave, around $29 or euro, that is quite nice. And even if it is up around 36 euro, I think it's still worth buying for that matter. It is quite nice compared to some other budget Chinese knives. Overall, I can tell you that I am very satisfied with this knife. I was actually quite surprised positively when I unboxed it. I didn't know anything about the brand, so I simply bought something that looked interesting on Amazon, and I think I got very lucky. It is quite a nice knife, and if you can live with a sort of a chunky big knife, it is definitely for you. I think that at 26 euro it was a steal. At 36-39 euro, not so much, but still, yeah, it comes up around CVV and those knives. Still, it is a very sturdy knife as well, and has a good action. It just feels a little more rough around. I don't know if I can say rough around the edges, because I just said that it's rounded off. But what I mean, it feels maybe a little less finished than some of the CVVs, for instance. But still, it is a very nice knife, and I'm very satisfied with it, and very sturdy. I think you would definitely be able to use it for some hard work as well, and that is of course a good thing. So with this, if you liked it, please make a comment, a like, or subscribe. And thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye bye.